Hello and welcome once more to Red Gaming Tech for yet more of your daily gaming news, and myself, Marta. Today is still the 28th of November, and Sony, of course, are well aware that the eve of the PlayStation 4 launch here in the UK and Europe is vastly upon us, as of course it's coming out tomorrow or midnight if you're one of the lucky ones going to one of the midnight launches. And to get us all salivating just that little bit more, they have confirmed a PlayStation 4 and Vita bundle, in fact a couple of them, and they'll be going on sale at select shops from this evening for a little under £500. Now, Sony UK has worked with retailers to encourage what it is calling a soft bundle that includes both consoles. Now, some shops won't be able to offer the deal because, of course, PS4 stock availability is a little bit limited right now, but the expectation is that most will from tonight, alongside the launch of the PS4 here in the UK/Europe. Now, Sony UK boss Fergal Gara told Eurogamer, quote, "We're working with our retail partners to put across that proposition as well as we can. It will come to market in a few different shapes and guises. You may walk in and get a great deal on buy a Vita when bought with type of deal. So if you buy a PS4, you can get a Vita for X, and others will say, well, here's the ultimate bundle, and you get all those bits in it. But as a base price point, in other words, for the two consoles, we expect the gamer to be able to pick that up for under £500. It's not a hard bundle pack at this time. It's us working with the retailer to effectively deliver a soft bundle." Now, Gara has said the PS4, which of course is going for £349 on its own, and the Vita, which you can pick up for around £150 depending on the model that you go for, will be bundled together for a little under £500, so you're looking at a saving of around £10. Now, of course, since their announcement of the PS4 earlier this year, Sony has been keen to push the connectivity with the Vita, with, of course, remote play and all that good stuff, which uses Gaikai streaming tech to allow you to play PS4 games on a Vita, which can come in handy in certain situations. Say if someone wants to watch TV, but you're enjoying your game, you can just take your Vita into another room and continue to do so. And it was this feature, according to Gara, that helped convince the PlayStation to bundle the two together this Christmas. And he said, quote, "Our stimulus to do that is mainly the fact that once we got our hands on remote play, we thought, wow, it really is real and good, and that deserves a shout. And of course, it's a PlayStation point of difference. We think for £400 something you're getting two consoles. If you get PlayStation Plus with that, then you've got an instant game collection for both. So now they're both great companion devices and they're standalone devices. Why wouldn't we underline that and highlight that point of difference? We really believe in it." And as for availability, Gara believes that PS4 and Vita bundles will start showing up from tonight. And he said earlier this morning, it's starting to happen now. If you look at offers at retail from launch, and others may introduce it slightly later, but over the coming weeks. It has to be a little bit determined by stock and the allocations and pre-orders. If a retailer has all of their stock up to a certain point pre-order, they can't offer this right away, but they have to come into some free stock, so slightly staggered timing. But the offers to buy a Vita when you buy a PS4 will be live as of tonight. And Gara did add that shops will be getting creative with their offers. Sony's expectation is that you will not have to pay more than £499 for the two consoles. And Gara finished up by saying, retailers will package things around or add certain things in, but as a base price we think that's quite compelling. So as Gara said, we may see some variations in the bundles and of course the pricing, but Sony is basically saying that you will not be paying more than $499, but that could mean we're paying exactly $499 or what have you, but I like the idea of bundling them together. A soft bundle where the retailer can basically mix and match and do what they wish, as long as they don't charge above the amount that Sony has set, unless of course it includes games or what have you. That could be cool, and obviously it does depend on stock, as here in the UK, as with everywhere else at the moment, the PS4 and Xbox One are both turned into gold dust, I've said previously, so of course it will depend on their stock levels as well. But I'm mixed on this, I'm going to be honest, because if you look around you can find a Vita for about £100. Now that will be pre-owned obviously, but not necessarily in all cases. Most cases it will be pre-owned, so it really depends. If you really shop around, you probably could get a Vita for about £100, but the standard price is exactly what Sony said. So I guess it really depends on what the retailers are going to do. This is just Sony saying, hey, these soft bundles are coming out soon. Retailers are kind of free to mix and match and do it as they wish. They can throw in some other things, or they can just have the console plus that, but we don't want them charging more than this. So it really depends on what they end up doing, but I would hope that we see a bit more of a reduction. If it's around, say, 460, 470, or even 450, that would actually be a really good deal, and you'd be saving a little bit of money, and that would be rather good. But it really depends. Now, as I said, you can get a Vita for about £100 if you shop around, if you look in the right places, but most places are charging, you know, varying prices depending on the model, but about 150 is the standard price, so we'll have to see. Anyway, that is me done for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.